Shields versus Dezurn 2. Pretty good fight, but I also want to address the racist comments on the DAZN app. Let's talk.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex the live is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's just get to it. I'm going to talk about the fight first. Pretty good fight. High action. Clarissa clearly won. I don't think Franchon Cruz Dezurn fares well at heavyweight because her stamina suffers at the heavier weight. Clarissa, she seems to be in better shape at that weight. Her body's more proportioned. She's more vascular. Franchon Cruz Dezurn, she looks like she ran up to that weight just to make this fight. And she hasn't grown into it. She didn't look vascular at all. You can tell by her physique the way it was built. She tried to jump on Clarissa early in the fight, made it exciting. And I have to remember, excuse me, I have to remember that in the females boxing, the round's only 2 minutes. I wish I let them go 3. So Franchon tried to jump on Clarissa. Clarissa was very patient. She picked her shots. They exchanged, but Clarissa was getting the better of the exchanges. Franchon is very, very game. But I think by round 3-ish, her body started to betray her. She was pushing her punches instead of, there was no snap in her jab, where her reach, which is, she had a longer reach than Clarissa. It just didn't do anything. She tried to dig deep and force a fight, but that wasn't working out because as the fight went on, Clarissa was the more fresh opponent. She very crisp. Her punches were more sharp. Franchon moving past round 3 or 4, I forget which one it was, but after the first 30 seconds of each round, she was like done. Like she was very fatigued. It was all heart. And salute to her, salute to the queen, salute to my sister. She did the best she could, and yeah, I'm glad they got it all out. They made up at the end of the fight. Look, I was just annoyed with everything. The melee at the weigh-in. I just don't like dealing with ignorance. But I stayed up to watch the fight, and I did, you know. And I'm glad whatever situation they had was squashed. She did say she has no control over the. It wasn't them fighting. But she said, Clarissa said she has no control over pretty much in the camp and what they do. And my thing is, yes, you do. All you got to do is monitor who's around you. Now, the person that started it or whatever, whether it was Franchon's team or Clarissa's team, get a hold of that person and say, you're not invited anymore. Because I have a reputation to uphold. I'm a professional. I'm worth millions of dollars. And you are legitimately about to ruin the bag. If you remember, Clarissa had something else happen at a weigh-in, I think a year or 2 ago, I forget. But that was ridiculous. So we don't want to make this a habit, Clarissa. Get that under control. Get your people under control. If they can't control themselves, you get them from around you. You're a professional, and you need to conduct yourself as such. So I'm glad both of these sisters made it out this fight okay. The hatchet is buried. They might fight a 3rd time down at 168 because Clarissa has to go all around the world to find proper competition. That's why she's the GOAT. But it was a clean win. So now there's something else I want to address here. This is why I don't allow you airhead jungle bunnies tell me that there's no racism in the sport of boxing. Because every time I point out the violation, one of the things that y'all love to say is, oh, well, they're not talking about me. I'm saying, okay, well, they're not pointing anyone out in particular other than the person in the ring. And let me be very clear. The person in the ring, they take it as it's a direct reflection of the whole community. When a Mexican is in the ring and he pounds on his chest and say Viva Mexico, he represents Mexico. Remember like how Canelo Alvarez says, I don't want to fight another Mexican because I represent Mexico, and everyone agreed with that. And I said, imagine if a black person, any black person in any weight division said, I don't want to fight another black person. The world would stop. The world doesn't extend the same courtesy to us for anything. We have to be not good at what we do. We have to be great. And we got to walk on pins and needles. We can't say we're proud to be Black American. Now, here's why I'm bringing this up. I didn't know until today. For some reason, DAZN is not working on my television in my living room. I don't know. It hasn't worked for the last 3 events. And I've just been too lazy to email them or whatever because I have it on my phone. So I just turn it on my phone and I watch it. So I'm watching the event and I noticed there's a comment section there. Just like when you're watching Pro Box on YouTube, I noticed there's a comment section. And Lord knows, I said, you know what? I already know what this is going to look like. But I said, you know what? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just a YouTube thing. But boy, was I wrong. So I noticed when the Black National Anthem was performed, Lift Every Voice. These are the things that I saw. And I had to screenshot this. And I was like, man, I know you can't screenshot or screen record on your phone when you're watching DAZN. They have it set up like that. Very smart. But they do allow you to screenshot. Now, I'm going to share these screenshots with you. If somebody sends this video to DAZN, or if there's a DAZN employee watching my video, watch this change. Because this is the things that I saw. I want to show you while Lift Every Voice was being sung. I just looked at the comment section. Look at what's being written. I mean, there were a lot of people celebrating Happy Black History Month and things of that nature. The first woman, her name escapes me, she sung Lift Every Voice. And then Kelly Price, salute to her. Glad to see her. She came out to sing the regular national anthem, but she sung the end of it and continued to sing Lift Every Voice. But look at what it is. Look what's happening here. Enough of this crap music. And these are just the things that I've seen. Like I couldn't screenshot fast enough. Very disrespectful. They were saying things about Papoose and Remy. This is ghetto. Who's the producer? That was horrible. Now let me explain something to you. If you've gone to any sport events, when they sing the national anthem, take a look around you. Who has their hand, excuse me, who has their hands over their hearts? Who is saluting the flag? There's a lot of military, retired, and currently serving. They take that flag and that national anthem very seriously. As a matter of fact, there was a situation where there was I think a basketball event, maybe been last year, and they had some black dude with long dreads. He's singing the national anthem, and at the very end, he says, "Land of the free and the home of the gay," and he did some move. And I said, oh, he's a fairy. But wait a minute. Why do you pick the country's national anthem to force your agenda? We don't care how you feel and what you're living with or whatever's going on with you. Why did you pick the national anthem to do that? I found that disrespectful. I did. And this was a black dude, by the way. And I saw that on Instagram. And you should have read the comments. They bashed gay people, and they also bashed, well, they bashed him personally, but they bashed gay people. But surprise, surprise, he so happened to be a gay black man. You should have read what was going on. This is what they do. The black ones. So there's a difference between gay people and black gay people. And then they went on a racist tirade. I said, whoa, I got a problem with what dude did. But my goodness, it turned into an attack on black people, is what I'm saying, on that thread. And I was just reading it like, whoa, whoa. So here we are, Black History Month. You have these two sisters about to lock horns. They choose to sing Lift Every Voice. And I'm just reading the comment section. We got another one here. What is this? What anthem was that? Right? They put in the emojis with the cats there. Ah, Lord, look at that. Who's producing this? See what I mean? What else we got here? Someone says, oh, these comments, I can't. Someone's obviously annoyed with it. Yo, my stomach. You know, it was very disrespectful. Look at this. Look at the faces they put in. I feel like I'm at a funeral. Right? This is what I was screen shooting this. I said, man, and this is just a few. You know? Look at this. Horrible. You know, and it was a lot of this. There was some support, but there was a lot of this disrespect. This one person says, that's what I'm talking about, finally our anthem. Well, you must have missed the last event because this is not the first time Clarissa made sure that Lift Every Voice was performed, man. But I just wanted to point that out, man, because you need to understand when I talk boxing and I talk about the injustice that happens to black fighters. You young kids, when you say that, oh my God, you OGs, you old people, it's not all about race. Why it's not about race? Why it's not about race? You don't understand that you've become an enemy of the state, because the people that are thinking on that level against us, they look for people like you to do their work. The greatest trick the devil ever did was convince you that he did not exist. The more you tell me that it doesn't exist, that proves to me that you don't know enough about life itself. Your OGs failed you. Where your father failed you, if you know him or not, or your mama twerking every weekend and she didn't have enough time to sit down and teach you about Dr. King, about Malcolm X, about Marcus Garvey, and a litany of other black heroes, because she's on social media with you. That's a sad state of affairs. But don't come to my channel and tell me what it's not. Those comments was real. And those comments were more than likely from people of prestigious positions in life. Judges, doctors, lawyers, law enforcement. You have no idea who be in these comment sections, man. And they love boxing like how you love boxing. They just were a little more disciplined to remain in school. But when it comes time for them to kick their feet up and have a drink, they'll jump right on YouTube. They don't show their face or anything. I can call it trolling, but they mean every word they say. Of course, they know Lift Every Voice, but it's not their anthem. It's ours. And look at what they did. And those are just not even a few that I've shown you, because there was dozens. And this is why I get annoyed when I see these black folk running behind Ryan Garcia, high-fiving him, talking to him like nothing happened, like he didn't say what he said. He told you, I said what I said, I don't apologize, and y'all not gonna do anything. Boom, title shot. Leapfrogs everybody. And Mauricio Sillyman says, I'm doing what's best for business. You ask me, when has he ever done a favor like that for any black fighter? And before you tell me Jamal Charlo he told Chris Mannix that he tried to strip Jamal Charlo, but Jamal Charlo told him, and I quote, "This is the only thing that's keeping me alive." He basically said, and it's according to Mauricio Sillyman, what he told Chris Mannix, go watch the interview. If I strip Jamal Charlo, he basically said he'd commit suicide. No. That's the reason why you take the belt from him. You leave that meeting, you call the police, and you give them the direct quote, and you get that young man some the help that he needs. You don't kill yourself over a WBC belt. I think he's lying. These demons are symbolic. And he didn't want anybody taking that belt from Jamal Charlo but Canelo Alvarez. He done got Mel. And if you remember, Canelo was smashing the gas on Jamal Charlo. And not one time did Mauricio Sillyman step in and said, he's not well. Let him get a warm-up first. He didn't say that. Canelo was really trying hard to get that Jamal Charlo fight. It wasn't that long ago. But you see, you YNs, or you grown adolescent with YN mentality, you have short-term memory. And this is why I don't respect the big lip baboons, jigaboos, and jungle bunnies that disregard what's right in your face. Y'all think we just blowing smoke when we talk about showbiz, the adult. There's a reason why I don't like that dude. He's a coon. He is a coon, and he's buck dancing for YT supremacy. He absolutely is. For him to have his knee pads out, for guys like Teofimo Lopez, when Ryan Garcia went on his racist rant, and for him to say he wasn't talking about me, who the hell was he talking about? He didn't say all black people except showbiz. Tio didn't say whichever monkey wants a banana, but hey, man, I wasn't really talking about you. I'm talking about the fighters. He didn't specify in front of showbiz. They get in front of him and they say, oh, no, he's a non-threat. He don't care for his people. You know what guys like that care about? Their bottom line. That's what they care about. And I need all these guys to be front and center so you can see them and understand why Drew Titan doesn't deal with them. I'm like that with dudes in the media, you know, showbiz and radio raccoon, that guy. You sucker ass YouTubers. Because every year these guys get more bold and more bold and more bold. You keep it boxing when it's against a black fighter that you so happen not to like because he's a rival of a guy you have a man crush on. And y'all know what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. But when I say watch the sport, you're not even disciplined to do that. Watch the sport. You ended up falling in love with these people for the wrong reasons. But you don't watch the sport. You don't know what's going on. You don't understand when fighters are getting frozen out of certain situations, frozen out of opportunities. I don't know who raised y'all, but clearly it wasn't parents that understood how the world works. And if you disagree with anything, if you're offended by anything that I said, kindly unsubscribe. Well, I don't care if it's kindly or not, because I don't want you around me. Those are only a few screenshots that I shared in reference to that comment section. And of course, I can believe it. Because if it's doing it on DAZN, what do you think we've been dealing with on YouTube all these years? And you wonder why there's a damn LDBC. You wonder why, because we tried to get away from that stuff, Black Wall Street. Instead of leaving us alone, we're over in our section talking boxing. And we ain't all got to agree with one another, but we're talking boxing amongst each other. And what happens? They come over here and start messing with us. Black Wall Street. Normally I say, let me know what you think, but at this point I don't care because I know what I know. Bronx on deck.
Move!